Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Myself, Arafat Matabor. I'm a student of Kyongsang University studying in Busan, South Korea. In this video, I'm going to talk about my recent experience learning Korean language. I am studying in South Korea. It's almost 2 years and I have gathered so many experience regarding the Korean language. In this video, I'll shortly explain my experience that how I learned the Korean language. Well, at first I want to say is that I'm not so perfect in Korean language. I am just studying. I'm more like an intermediate right now. So the first thing I was trying to do is that learning the Korean alphabets. Before I was in Bangladesh and I was always thinking like Korean language would be so easy whenever I will go to South Korea and I will cope up with the situation. But after coming to South Korea, it's really felt so hard for me because everything is different. The way I thought, my expectation was broken every situation. But I didn't lost my hope. I gathered again and again my inspirations, and now I can speak Korean a little bit and I can understand properly. So the first thing that I have done is that I learned the Korean alphabets first. The Korean alphabet seems a little bit easy at first, but when you try to understand the grammars, it turns a little bit tougher. But when I studied the Korean language, I was so much confident. I was feeling like genius because when I was walking outside, I can read the billboards, I can read the names of the restaurants and shops. I was feeling like I am decoding the matrix. So there's a funny incident that happened to my life. I was going to a restaurant and at that moment there is something written in the door. It was written like Korean is Jushim Haseo. It means that be careful. But I was reading it out loud, Jushim Haseo. But when I was trying to open the door, I opened it in a wrong way and I got hurt. And other people were staring at me that look, this person was shouting that be careful. Now he is not careful. So there was something funny happened in my life regarding this. But next it comes the Korean speaking. I'm not so good at Korean speaking, but at first I was doing like the baby steps, you know, a small language. There was no grammatical things. It was just only vocabularies and nouns that I was trying to show like this. I was giving the name only. But later on when I tried to speak, it was really very hard for me to speak in a good way. I need to think first and I need to say then. So it was a long process. What happened once is that I went to a convenience store and I was trying to say that I'm hungry, I need to eat something. So I'm hungry in Korean is bhegophayo. But instead of bhegophayo, I said like bhogophayo. And bhogophayo means I miss you. And the lady was smiling at me and she was getting shy. And later on when I tried to understand that what does that really mean by bhogophayo, and I felt that instead of saying I'm hungry, I said that I miss you. And I was really very ashamed of that. Thank you so much, Korea. You are so cute. And the next thing I want to say about is that making mistakes. Well, you know, whenever you try to learn something, you will always make mistakes. Even if you try to ride a bicycle, you will fall down again and again. So like me, I was also having mistakes while I was trying to say something. Even if I go to in the stores, instead of saying one thing, I was saying another thing. There are so many mistakes I was making, but I was not ashamed of making mistakes. I was always having good inspirations and positive point of view that I will learn the language so far. The most important thing of my experience is that the Korean people were so much supportive. They are so much supportive when you are trying to learn their language, their culture. Even if you are walking in the road, you are going to subway or bus, if you say something wrong, misspell something, they will try to correct in a gentle and polite way. And you know, in Korea, everyone's behavior is good when you are trying to learn something from them. So it was really very supportive from me. And one really special moment from my learning experience, learning journey is that I was working in a restaurant and there was a grandfather, the Korean is Harabuji. Harabuji was so friendly and so supportive. While we two were working together, he was always giving me names like this one is called that, this one is called that. He knows a little bit English, so he was helping me so much. He took something object and say this one is like this. So I learned so many vocabularies from him and it was very helpful for me. And that's why I'm saying that Korean people are so much supportive when you are trying to learn something. So the video is getting more bigger, but I don't want to make it big. Just in short, in conclusion, I want to say is that whenever you are trying to learn, you will make mistakes. But after learning that thing, you will feel so much pleased and happy that you have done a great job. So that's why I'm saying that my long journey, I cannot explain in like 5 minutes. It takes so much time. But in 5 minutes, I can give you a good advice. Good advice is that even if you are making mistakes, you mistakes better. Next time you do the same work, you will do much more better than previous. So that's why whenever you are trying to learn something, do mistakes, have problems, it's all right. Even if the baby steps, that also matters. So always try to learn things in a patient way. Give your focus and go on and on. Even if you make mistakes, you make mistakes better than the previous. And that's from my point of view. Even if you're trying to learn language, stick with that, cope up with the situation, focus, and always be patient. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.